Welcome to Learning with Meek, the Insurance Geek. That's me. I'm Joel Meek, so I'm the Insurance Geek. What we do with these videos is try to cover a couple topics that clients may have had over the years with our office, that you may have questions, make sure that they have the coverages they need. And the thing specifically I want to talk about today is I'm about to rent a car, and the rental car company has asked me, do I want their extra insurance, right? And I've heard a lot of, actually heard a lot of mixed things on this one from clients and even from insurance agents. So I want to talk about it because it seems like it should be an easy question to answer, but it's actually not, and it's actually a little more complex than most people think. So the first thing I would say is this: I am only speaking to renting a car in the United States. Okay, so if you head to Europe, I can just tell you all this is out. You really need to clarify what's covered or not covered. But most insurance companies are specific to the United States in terms of renting a car. So I am speaking to renting a car in another state or somewhere in the U.S. territories. So what's going to happen is let's assume I go from Florida and I fly to, say, Chicago, and I rent a car for a week. So what's going to happen? Well, if I were to have an accident, my insurance, now I'm speaking to mine, but my insurance is going to cover the vehicle that I'm renting, assuming I had collision and comprehensive down here on my Florida policy. So it's going to cover that, as well as any liability that I may cause by causing an accident. Okay, and so in theory, my coverage from Florida has followed me up there and is covering my rental. However, if I were to do that, and let's say I had Enterprise Rent-A-Car, right? There's a bit of a problem that is not going to be covered under my insurance policy, and that is the fact that while my car, or the rental car that I was driving, is being fixed, they cannot rent that car. So they have lost use, right? So they have a loss of use situation. So they're going to send me a bill once they figure out how long they've lost use of that vehicle. They're going to send me a bill as if I had rented it, since it was sitting there, unable to be rented, being fixed. So I'm going to have a loss of use bill. Now, they're not going to bill me at the super discounted cheap rate. So I'm just going to make up a number, but let's say it was $50 or $60 a day, and it's not uncommon that you'd have something out 3 or 4 weeks. So you can easily be looking at hundreds, if not over $1,000 in loss of use fees. Those things are not directly covered by your regular auto insurance in most cases. The other thing is there's administrative and processing fees and things that they're going to add because now they have to deal with this. So all of those fees, loss of use and administration and all these things are all going to be billed to you, and these are not really auto insurance type expenses. These are extra expenses. So there's 2 ways to do it. Number 1 would be to maybe accept the coverage they offered you when you were renting the car. It can be expensive, so I don't know if it's always the best approach. The better approach, and the approach that I try to take when we rent a car, is make sure that you're using a credit card that has specific car rental benefits. Now I know that Amex provides this on most, if not all, of their cards, but I know quite a few other benefit-rich cards do as well. So if you're planning on traveling and you're going to rent a car, go ahead and check with your credit card company and see what benefits they have, because if they do have some benefits that'll cover that gap and cover those extra fees, may even help cover the deductible that you have on your regular policy, make sure that if that's the case and they do cover those things, use that card when you're actually renting your vehicle. It's going to save you a lot of headache if something actually occurred. So hopefully that helps. A lot of people immediately reject the coverage thinking that my coverage carried, and most likely it does. But there are a lot of extra fees, and those can add up very, very quickly, and I would hate for someone to have assumed that they had complete coverage, and in reality those extra fees could really hit them hard. So hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, feel free to message us at the information below, and we'll look forward to hopefully seeing you at the next video. Have a great day.